what's up, all you addicts out there? Welcome to the Addicted Fishing Podcast. And tonight we're just going to kind of be talking some updates with Addicted, and then we also have a special guest in the studio. We brought Mr. Conan. What's your last name? How do you pronounce it?
Byman. Conan Byman.
Conan Byman from Fillet Away Fish Mats.
Hey.
And we brought him in to just kind of interview him, talk to him about his business, see kind of his venture and why he made the Fillet Away mats. And then you guys all know we love him, so we figured why not bring him into a podcast and kind of chat about it. But before we do, we should probably talk some fishing, I think.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot to talk about with so little going on.
I know.
I mean, we're just sitting here on a run right now that's just completely. Honestly, it's just completely falling on its face. I mean, I just don't know how to sugarcoat this anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the complete ineptitude of our forecasts and our hatchery plants and stuff, it's just coming full circle. We've been having a lot of discussions within our hatchery and wild coexist campaign on finally kind of. I think we've gotten it big enough to where we need to start putting our foot down a little bit in some situations. So you guys will be looking for some updates, and I got some good positive updates up there too as well, where we're at in some of our campaigns and some of our fundraising efforts and what they're about. But
so are you just not seeing any fish like in the rivers you're fishing?
Yeah, I mean, some of the rivers we were fishing, they were calling for upwards of 50, 60, 70,000, and we understand that these are forecasts, and we understand that forecasts. Let's be honest, they're kind of like the weather forecasts.
Exactly.
I mean, they're usually
worse than the weather forecast.
They're usually the hit or miss, and we understand that sometimes they're good and bad. But at the end of the day, it's like every year our state cuts our hatchery smolt plant productions from a certain number. They cut them down 5 or 6%, and over the last 10 or 15 years, we're dying. And then we have a weird turn of events in the ocean, and we have something like this that's kind of slapping a lot of people upside the head, and it's just terrible for the Columbia systems. Now, I understand a lot of guys up north. I mean, don't get me wrong. And there's probably guys listening to this podcast like, well, I'm catching fish. I get it. But when you look at the whole scope of just what's going on, and basically this whole Coho forecast and the whole prediction kind of took everybody's. I think it took everyone's eye off the ball. I think it took everyone from thinking, okay, we're going to have a good, robust fishery. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. Okay, things are looking up. And now it's just the biggest kick in the freaking nuts. Mm-hmm. I mean, the commercial fisheries out in the Columbia, like them, hate them, indifferent, whatever, they're not being that productive. They did really good on Chinooks on their last opener of all things in zones 4 and 5.
Wow.
But so it's we've got some Chinook, but this banner Coho run for the Columbia system, it's just not happening.
And did notice that, early on we were down on the coast in June and July and catching a lot of fish then. It was like a real Coho rodeo early in the ocean.
Oh, and that's the other thing. The other side to it is I think, we all experienced that. Mm-hmm. Great fishing, great early fishing.
Do you think those fish are future years? Maybe they just move down the coast? No,
not doesn't work that way for Coho.
Yeah,
in Coho you have jacks and adults, and you don't have a stretched out where Chinooks can be 3, 4, 5, and 6 year olds. You don't have that with Coho. So no, I mean just what we were supposed to get, we were supposed to get, and unfortunately. Unfortunately, yeah, so I don't think they're hanging out an extra year unless for some weird-ass reason that's just what they're doing. And the thing is the coated wire tag recoveries up and down the Oregon coast, even though a lot of our fish dipped south for whatever reason, mm-hmm. currents or a lot of them went there, but they were being recovered out in the ocean, and they're just MIA in the river. So, I don't know. Definitely, it's a little disheartening. Like I said, it's not to the point where there's no fish. And like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here screaming doom and gloom, saying if you go to your river, you're not going to catch one. But what I am saying is that this giant run that had all this pomp and circumstance around it it's just not coming to fruition.
Yeah, the 900,000 early predictions.
That went to 6. Is not. Yeah, I mean. Now, I will say this, last year we did have, in the river I fished, we had the latest peak arrival to one of the hatcheries being the first week of December. We've got big rain fronts coming this week, and maybe this next podcast I'll come in and be like, oh man, we're eyeballs deep in these damn things right now. I hope it happens. There's still probably going to be a run, but it's definitely not what it is. And well, like I said, we took our eye off the ball. So I think we need to get the pressure on. We need to get our hatchery plants back up. We need to get rid of this whole NFS. You're going to bleep this, but we got to get rid of this. We have to help these hatchery fish, or we have to give them back their habitat. It's one of the two, or we will not have them. Period. The debate is over.
Yep.
So anyways, on a lighter note.
I know, I'm all like depressed now. All these people watching, all these people listening and watching are like, why am I even listening to this podcast?
I know. Well, because it should be an eye-opener. Like, that's the problem with the sportsmen in general. We're getting there. We're getting organized. We got a good campaign. We got the right people kind of keeping their eye on it, but just engaging the average sport fisherman, it's just tough.
Yeah.
Well, really, tough. I mean, on the same note, I've just relocated from the east side of the state, so I'm coming back after being gone 10 years, and I've come in back this year thinking, wow, the Coho's run's great, the runs are coming back. I used to fish a lot of steelhead, and that was pretty pitiful this year, but it's nothing different than it has been. And then just to see this, it's opening my eyes. So it is kind of, there's a little bit of a downer to it, but it's real. This is real, and we do need to know about it.
We need to do something about
it. We've got to do something about it.
And my point is, I understand the ocean cycles. We had great fishing in 2004, but even before then, take 2000 through 2012. Just look at that. Even in our down years, they weren't this down. And even in our good years, they were still pretty good. 2008, we had some banging Coho. 2000, 2001, springers. We had just better fish even on the downward track. Because like I said, that ocean, it cycles good and bad. So, what's different now than it was then, when especially we should be coming back in, or we should have been rolling back into the effects of a good ocean on these salmon populations. We don't have them. I mean, screw it. I'll name drop it right now. I was fishing we'd have 12,000 springers showing up in that damn thing. I mean, it was stupid. And they're just gone. And it's not like they've done. I mean, I understand, like I said, good and bad, but what were we doing back then that we're not doing now? And I think a lot of people know that answer.
Planting more fish.
I think that's the start of it. Yeah. And how we do it and what we do. We got to get back to it.
Yeah.
That way we can totally make a whole bunch of these awesome Fillet Away Fish Mats to clean all our fish
right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely a vested interest of mine.
Yeah. Well, that's wild steelhead season doesn't do it for you. Huh?
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good way to, I think, segue into just talking to Conan. Is tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your venture. What just start from the top, kind of like you did in the last live feed that we had you in, and why you created the Fillet Away Mats and what the purpose behind them is and all that.
Okay. Well, I'd love to take credit for it, but I wasn't the inventor. My business partner, Pete Illitallo, he actually came up with the idea. We were on a fishing trip together in Tri-Cities fishing for walleye. It's a great walleye fishing area, by the way. Mm-hmm. And the guy was filleting up the fish, and he was using one of those AstroTurf mats. I'm sure we've all used those kind of. And he was complaining about how, he's filleting his fish, and it's not really staying in place, but it's the best thing he can find, and he doesn't like how it gets little pieces of plastic in his fillets. And in the Tri-Cities in the summer, he's going through 2 of them a week, and even if they're only $5 or $10 a piece, that starts to add up. But he's like, you know what? It's the best thing out there. And Pete's a mold maker, so he's like, there's got to be something else out there, or we can make something better. And did some research, couldn't find anything better. And just one thing led to another, happened to get lucky on some material, on a mold, and we decided to go for it. And Pete started molding it out, or, making the mold and trying to come up with different materials that wouldn't absorb any smells, that would grip your fish and whatever surface you put the mat on, and would be easy to clean. That was kind of the outset of the whole idea. In the first material we tried was an absolute failure. It didn't work at all. The nubs were too small. So we went through a bunch of different design changes, and at some point we realized that, this wouldn't be just something cool for us to make for ourselves, but this would be really helpful for anybody who fillets fish. And so we kind of got the idea that let's get this thing patented, and Pete did. He got it patented. We've got a design and utility patent on it. And we started selling them in 2017, early 2017, started taking them to sportsman shows. The very first one was in Tri-Cities. It's not a huge sportsman show if you've ever been to it.
Yeah.
But it was a start. And then we went to the sportsman show in Spokane. That was our home area. And it's just kind of grown from there. I started talking to you, Marlon, in the spring of 2017. And that's when we first started talking. And I mean, we didn't have any kind of a deal.
No, remember? Do you remember what I told you?
You told me that you need to try out the product and you want to make sure it's something that you believe in before you're going to do any kind of a partnership with us.
Yeah, and so take note, guys. It's good to hear that from the horse's mouth, and I think we need to bring some other partners in here to tell them that too, because
2 years before you
especially at the sportsman show, because if you would be amazed at how many guys come by the booth and be like, here is this widget or here is this whatever, and it's the best thing since sliced bread, and half of them we look at and go, oh, okay, like
yeah.
And you've told me before, Marlon, that you, especially now, maybe not, but even then I'm sure you were getting approached by people with products, sponsors all the time. But you made it crystal clear to me and Pete that you're not for sale. You're not, money isn't going to convince you to support a product. We don't have money anyways, but and that's a good thing that our product really works the way we say it does, because I know we wouldn't be working with you if A, the product didn't work the way it is, and B, you've had the opportunity to try
I think that's, for me, that's what it was. Like, I used it the first couple times. I remember I gave a couple to Cam, a couple to Jordan, kind of passing around.
I didn't like him at first.
Cam didn't like him at first.
Yeah, I think that's great to hear.
Because, like, so it's funny.
Really.
What's funny, though, no, but it was like, I'm a habitual person, right? Yeah. So, like, I was doing the grass mats, and I was doing the stuff, and yeah, you'd find some better grass mats, or you'd find some stuff that, like, you spent 99 cents at Home Depot on that would, like you said, last 2 days. It would start stinking like high heaven, especially doing like the buoy 10 fisheries. But I would say they gripped a little better, but I wouldn't say they gripped better. They just gripped differently. So like once I finally, like, Marlon's like, hey, you gotta try these mats out. And then once again, I got sick and tired of having to buy more of those grass mats or having the little plastic things everywhere, having them just stink up the fish boxes no matter how hard I cleaned them. You couldn't get them clean. Okay, I'm going to start working with these. And so, like, within, like, 2 days, and keep in mind, I've filleted hundreds, if not thousands of fish on the other mats. But then within, like, a couple days using the fillet, I'm like, yeah, these things are definitely the best out there.
I remember back in about a month ago, we saw you out in the ocean, just fishing with RJ.
Oh, yeah.
And you brought those old mats of yours, right?
Yeah.
So we just happened to run into Cam out in the ocean, and he had 2 of his mats. You've had them for what, 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think 2 years, but maybe just under, because they were some of the first ones.
Maybe those first ones that you gave him, Marlon.
Yeah,
and I mean they're pretty rough. I wish I would have brought it with me. I just came here straight from work. I had to run. I didn't get a chance to run home. Otherwise, I would have brought it with me. But what really impressed even me was that. How many thousands? 4,000 or 5,000 fish you filleted on those things?
All I could say is every salmon, every steelhead, every kokanee, every walleye, everything filleted in my boat over those 2 years was filleted on that mat.
and they showed the wear, definitely, but 2 years?
No,
but what really impressed me, Cam, more than anything, was you smell those mats, and there's no smell to them. Well, I need to bring it to you guys, and we can take the shows or whatever. It's just so impressive. Like, wow, this thing doesn't stink after all that.
And that's what the main selling point that I loved about them is that just the cleanliness of them, to be able to keep them clean so easily.
You take a fillet mat and you clean it and you put it in your fish box, especially like a buoy 10, and then you go fish for the day, and it sits in this, it's sitting in there baking in a closed environment, and you open the fish box, and it's like, and like I said, you know what, these things, that we do and that fishermen do, it's like, okay, this is kind of like our livelihood and stuff. And it's like, it's just, you don't want to have to deal with like your fish bats and your fish cleaning, like routine, and one less thing to worry about. And, there's a lot of attributes to these fish bats that, like, to some people, they're just like, okay, I don't give a damn about a fish mat.
Right.
But to a lot of people, we're like, no, you don't get it. It's like,
exactly.
It actually is important to us. The cleanliness of them is important to us. How long they last. It's funny because on one of the mats, you can see exactly where I I do a certain like head removal cut on every single kokanee. We will say that that's thousands.
Yeah.
And there was one spot on the mat that you could see where the little nubs were really worn off. But I mean, that was thousands of kokanee and salmon and walleye. And it's like, okay, so, and like I said, 2 years, and you just traded them out. And you're like, here you go. Here's 2 more mats. And shoot, those mats still look brand new.
I want those. Those are gold.
Yeah. I mean,
and even if you do get any of that rubber product, it's TPV. I think I've gone over that before. It's an edible product, 100% recyclable, and it's safe enough that you could even eat it.
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt you.
That's crazy.
When I said those nubs, like the very few that were removed, like I said, too, it's almost kind of like when you talk about like running a boat, you know, like boats we run in 3 years probably get more ran than boats that are 25 years old. Same thing with these mats, you know what I mean? So like if you're looking for something that's going to have some longevity, some durability to it, like we'll put stuff like right through the ringer, and they held up, and they held up really well. You know, a few of the nubs were removed after 2 years and thousands.
Yeah. Well, they were still working well. That's what's crazy.
If you wouldn't have traded them out that day in the ocean, I would still be using them and not have any qualms about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and there you go. I mean, I don't know of too many of your everyday fishermen who are going to put thousands of fish across a mat in 2 years. I mean, I know I don't. I try to get out fishing quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
no one's
doing that.
But even the applications of using those like in the kitchen though, you know, you talk about like, you know, the food prep in the kitchen and stuff like that. It's almost, you know, just sitting here talking makes you think, it's like, I'd like to have a couple of those, like when I want to make fish and chips, like, you know, you have the ones for the boat.
Yeah.
But then you have a couple mats, you know, when you're trying to like, you know, like you're trying to prep your fish and dry it a little bit just so you don't get that wet surface on your cutting board that seems to always like leak everywhere. You can keep that contained, keep the fish a little drier, a little nicer too. Like there's other applications for these mats outside of the boat.
Yeah, and I don't want to get too geeky because I'm an engineer. That's my background, so I can get that way a little bit. But with all those pegs, they're all so close together that actually when the liquid starts to go down in there, the pegs, they create a magnetic force in the liquid. So you're actually trapping a lot of liquid in there. I mean, I think we've done it before, but you can pour like a whole glass of water on that mat and it's all going to stay in there.
Yeah, like
so if you bleed your fish,
tension and stuff.
Yeah, water tension. That's exactly it.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so those pegs actually help with retention of fluids as well.
How many? You said you have. How many pegs are on there again?
3,268.
3,268.
You count
pegs?
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna count them just to make sure.
Yeah, right.
I'll just take a little white Sharpie and mark everyone. I go 1, 2.
Yeah, right.
Count 2 rows and then multiply and then.
That's what you know what we should do. We should do. Oh, does it say that on the?
No, it does not.
We're gonna do a contest tonight for how many pegs people think.
That's good on the live feed.
On the live feed. So by the time you listen to this podcast, it's already going to be done.
Yeah,
so.
It's too late.
Sorry.
We're going to use that.
So
question.
if all these people listening and all you YouTubers watching, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Don't forget, thumbs up this video. It helps. Where can they get these? Where can they get the mats? They're available in most stores, aren't they?
They are, yes. I know Sportco carries them. Sportsman's Warehouse carries them.
Fisherman's now.
Fisherman's Marine just started carrying them. Thank you.
Bob's
Merchandise carries them.
Did you see my story the other day when I was in there?
At Bob's, yes, I did. Yes, I saw that.
I was like, get him, guys. There's only 5 left.
And that is it. That's of all of them they've brought in recently. That's all that's left. Of course, we sell them on our website, on Amazon, Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's. You can buy them on either their websites or in stores.
Killer. So, what's your website if they want to just go support?
www.filletaway.com. That's FILLETAWAY. Filletaway.com.
Cool. So go check them out, guys. We highly recommend it for sure. And you have 2 business partners, or just you and Pete?
Just me and Pete, and then that's the 2 of us. And if I may, we just recently got in with Big Rock Sports.
Oh, okay.
Big Rock is...
You'll see them everywhere now.
Yeah. And I'm going to the show in Nashville.
Nashville.
We're going to go down to Nashville and see what we can do about trying to make it a nationwide
killer
ubiquitous product. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun with it.
That's awesome. And so are they all made in the USA?
100%. Yep. The materials are USA created product. The TPV, the thermoplastic volcanosite that we use to inject these mats, that are injection molded in Post Falls, Idaho. So yeah, 100% made in the USA.
That's cool.
Labeling, everything.
That's cool. So guys, support it. Local, USA made businesses. What else, Cam? You got any other questions for Conan before we start talking some more fishing?
Man, like I said, not really. Oh, other than I wish I just had more fish to put on those mats.
Yeah, right. Have you been fishing?
I have. In fact, we just went down last weekend to Tri-Cities, a group in the Midwest that's huge into walleye, called Target Walleye. We're putting together a how-to video.
You talked to me about those guys.
Yes. Great group, really great group. They're about 250,000 strong, and it's all about walleye.
250,000 strong on between all their platforms?
Yes.
Do they have a YouTube channel?
They do have a YouTube channel.
How many subscribers do they have?
Don't quote me on this, but I think it's around 60,000. So that's not the biggest. The biggest part of their population is on Facebook.
When are we bringing them out here?
I'd love to. You know what? The walleye.
They need to come out here at a certain time of year.
Yes. Yes, when you know what I'm talking about. There's a certain time of year when the big dogs
Let's start planning that.
Are running. Let's do it.
Target Walleye?
Target Walleye. So, yes, it's a pretty good group. Awesome guys. And what we're doing is putting together a how-to fillet walleye. And we got a local guide down there. Actually, he's not even a guide yet. He's just a well-known dude, J-Rod, Jaime Rodriguez, to come out and help us with the video. And he showed us how to do the walleye wings, how to take the cheeks out, which I've never done. I've never done walleye cheeks.
It's funny. So we did that video with Pop Off, which I don't know if you saw. That thing's got like 30,000 views now on it or whatever. So many dudes commented on that video and said, "Why didn't you guys take the cheeks?" And I'm sitting there going, "Walleye cheeks? Come on, dude! What is it like? A freaking like you get like a sliver of meat on it? Like
18-inch
it's like a little popcorn
we were
fish
catching.
nugget.
I guess it tastes like
that's what a salmon cheek is a fish nugget.
But I guess it tastes like a scallop. I love scallops myself, but it's literally like this big, and just a little. It tastes really good.
Walleye nubbin.
And then the walleye wings. So the pectoral fins and the pelvic fins, you cut around all those, and you cut that out, and it's just this little like it looks like a sea turtle when you're done cutting it out. And I guess you just cook them up, and then just pull it off, kind of like you're eating what's that weird vegetable that you just kind of like?
Artichoke.
Artichoke, yeah. So it's like you're eating artichoke, and you just peel all the meat off, and it's supposed to be really good too. But yeah,
interesting.
And then zippering the fillets.
I'm gonna watch that, so I want to see if I can do Springer wings.
Springer wings.
I'm sure you could. It's the same thing.
Every year, you always ask clients, "You want your collars?" Like, no. It's like I save them and make one big like smoked giant batch of collars, but now it's gonna have to be Springer wings. Springer wings. Check that out.
Oh,
it's kind of cool.
Springer. Fried Springer, dude. If you fry a Springer, it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It is unreal. I mean, fried fish, like fried makes everything good, and then you take a Springer and you do it, it's like just heaven.
Ooh, boy. Oh.
Are we going to get any Springers this year?
I was just thinking that. I was trying to not comment. I'm like, we're going off subject on Springers already, but probably not. Let's just assume we're not going to get any because.
Come on.
Thank you, WDFW, no DF&W. Way to go. Bravo. Anyways, I'm just going to say it. I don't care. I'm over it.
We were on some really positive subjects and everything just got really depressing.
But walleye. But hey, that's the thing. We're all going to be walleye, bass, and kokanee fishermen. The state has their way.
Well. The good thing is a lot of them.
We do need to do a lot of filleting on those, though, so that's good.
If they're going to do if they're going to do that, they need to put walleye in. They need to put walleye in there, dude. They would freaking.
I think they would thrive.
Totally. Oh yeah, dude. Any big reservoirs that have walleye typically do really, really well. I bet they would just.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know that much about the physiology and stuff of walleye, but I mean, shoot, they do well. Pike minnows do really well in there, so they're probably an ample food source.
Exactly. They'd eat the hell out of the pike.
Don't be a bucket biologist, though, people.
There's already smallmouth in there, largemouth in there. Who wonder who put those in there?
I don't know.
Or maybe they were just automatically in there when they put the dam in.
That'd be pretty high up a river. When they put that dam in, they took 110 river miles of spawning habitat. I'll just say I don't care. Screw the river names thing. What's the point?
Yeah, right.
That's how pissed off I am.
Clint's gonna have fun bleeping all
No,
this.
he's not. Don't bleep those. I don't care. I give you admin
Admin rights to be able to leave,
permission.
leave the
We signed the document. Marlon has to stamp off on it. It's how it has to roll down.
Make sure you put it on a cover sheet too.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is totally, yeah. We keep track of that.
Oh God, unbelievable addicts. We're sorry this podcast is a little all over the place, but it's all right. It's all right. What do you, so say Coho don't show up, then what are you doing? You just gonna chill, go on vacation?
Dude, might start fishing bass. I mean, I don't
Winter
know.
bass?
I don't know right now. I'm kind of in that little bit of a flux. We did get some seasons opening up, so hopefully you guys will hear that. You know, they did give us 2 sturgeon Saturdays again while the power line's up. They did open the Columbia from this date, which happens to be October 16th to October 31st. 2 fish from Bonneville down. Even actually, they did open it up in the pool too. But like I said, you know,
For Chinook?
No, for Coho only. Which kind of sucks because, like it's said earlier, you know, zones 4 and 5 did have some Chinook in it. Sounded like a week ago, but they slaughtered them pretty good in the nets. But I don't think there's a lot of Coho to give out there. It might be better than what we're seeing in the trips, but who knows?
Are you gonna go out and try it?
I definitely will. Like, I don't know if it'll be Friday the opener, but at
So
some
this
point,
Friday it opens?
yeah, this Friday. Got Friday. Well, for you guys, it probably already is open. October 18th
Yeah, Friday
is when it
18th.
opens till the 31st. Both 2-week season, but
Better than nothing.
you know, we keep saying that. Better than nothing.
Yeah, like we're always settling for it,
We're
right?
set. Oh God, don't even get.
That's
We don't
okay.
have a choice.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
need to start having a choice. I think there's ways that we can do things that need to be done.
Let's do it. I'm on board. You just tell me how.
Yeah.
We need me to go burn
Identify
some,
the
light
problem.
some buildings on fire.
First step to problem management is identifying the problem. And I think with the discussions that I was having with one of our other directors, that step within the Hatchery and Wild Coexist campaign is starting to really come together. Because like I said, you can't fight what you don't know, you don't understand, you know, and taking opinion out of it, like taking like our biased sport fisherman opinion at it, there's just hard numbers and hard facts of what's gone on in the last, 20 years that you can't argue with, that you can see on paper, that tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did this and we got this, and now we do this and we get this.
Yep.
For what it's worth. So it'll be pretty easy to sell. Let's just say that.
Well,
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
It'll be a fun winter. Be a fun winter between winter steelhead and working on that, and it's gonna be busy. So.
What about your plans? You do much fishing or anything the rest of this year? What kind of stuff are you targeting?
Yeah, we might make a few more trips to Tri-Cities area. I really know that water well for walleye, and with not a lot of other stuff going on, I'm excited to go after some winter steelhead again now that I'm over here. So I'm I don't know how that run is shaping up to look. I really haven't even looked at that lately.
It doesn't matter. The smell and the stench of all the little grandma basement trolls are starting to fill the air a little bit in the northwest. And all the little winter steelhead trolls are starting to come out.
Oh, God.
Other than that,
it's in the air.
It is in the air.
We're
Well,
definitely
typically-
behind the hatchery wild thing. We've totally signed up for that, and we'd love to help out in any way we can. And then show seasons.
Oh, show season.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be
sportsman shows
busy.
are coming.
Sportsman shows are coming.
Crazy.
We're gonna do
You got a whole
Sacramento
idea,
this
right?
year, so
Yeah, we got the Portland show. I didn't do any other ones.
we're gonna do Sacramento. That'd be
That's
kind of
what
cool.
we were gonna do,
Were you?
but we just can't.
See.
Just can't.
See how
make
it
it happen.
goes. So between
We should be there, 100%. Like we're
Mhm.
idiots for not going, but I just don't have time,
I get it.
funds.
I may go I may go in a booth somewhere.
Hey,
There, I could just
We'll be
be the guy there with somebody
yeah, that'd be
somewhere. So
Yeah, I
Cool. I know
definitely
you've
would
got a
like
lot
to
of
get down
options,
there.
but yeah.
All you guys listening, comment. Let us know where you want us to come visit. Like, what shows would you like to see us do if you guys go and are participating in sportsman shows around the country? Because we want to go. We want to do other ones too. Like, I'd like to go do a Midwest show or something.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I
Midwest.
bailed
Oh, yes.
on the Sacramento one. Because it's just all those shows around here in the Northwest are so freaking close together.
Mhm.
It's like they're like bam, 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 bam,
And then
bam,
it's over. Yeah.
and then it's over. Where there's a lot of shows over there that aren't even around our.
Yeah, we'd be
different
better. We'd
times
be
of year.
better. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the Portland show is the biggest one west of the Mississippi, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So like it. Okay, everyone said yes except for you, Cody. So fine. Ipsic,
Cody,
I do
you're
think
not even in this podcast.
Ipsic is
Literally,
I've heard that Sacramento's a bigger dollar show, but not a bigger
would you
draw.
like
I'm
to
not
say
sure.
we could join you? We could join Cody in halfway through. How hilarious would that be?
we're leaving all this in for you guys to listen to. But anyways, okay, fine. Ipsic, but like I said, doing like a bunch of regional shows when like like I said, Tri-Cities, Seattle, Puyallup, Redmond, Salem. A lot of people travel, and you might be the minority of showgoer that doesn't travel to the Portland show, but it's better served for us to just go to the Portland show and then go to either California or go to Midwest, and that's where, I mean, because you got to realize, addicts, I know this is beholden to a lot of people, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. We have to do a lot of money. It's a lot of time from our jobs and our families too. So it's like we got to kind of. Yeah, it's got to make sense. Like, as much as I would love to go to every show and meet all you guys, it just, unfortunately, right now, it's not happening.
But we do want to hear your suggestions, so make sure you comment.
But
We'd love to
there
know.
might be a sleeper. Like, maybe we do need to go to a Redmond show, or maybe we do need to go, to Tri-Cities. Like, we don't really know that, but our perception right now is exactly what I just said. So,
yeah.
Let us know.
Spokane show's pretty good.
Which one?
Spokane.
That's another one.
I mean,
Totally forgot about that.
that's east side.
And that one's a little. I feel like that one's a little further removed than the radius of people going to the Portland show too.
Oh, absolutely.
Just the same people put it on all Laughlin trade shows?
No, it's not.
It's not. So
Different
who
group.
is there a decent amount of people that show up to that one?
Yeah, definitely. I can't pull the numbers off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
we've always done it just because it's been a local show for us. So, and then Portland's too big not to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's something to consider for that east side presence.
Yeah. When do they do that one?
That's in March.
Oh, that wouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be hard. Is it first 2 weeks of March?
It's when the
Nope.
first 2 weeks of
Why
March.
would they do that? Springer season.
No, that's the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
First 2 weeks is a better
Steelhead.
season.
Steelhead.
No, I'm just joking. There won't be any stealing anyways, because let's just be honest. All those wilds got eaten because we took the hatchery fish out. All those predators had to eat something.
Well, typically when you don't
There you
have
go.
a good Coho return,
No.
you don't have a good steelhead return.
yeah,
right?
but you know what? Even the last few years when we had good Coho returns, we didn't have a good steel return anyways. So, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways.
It's going to be interesting to see what some of these local rivers do now that those nets have been out of there for a few years.
Yeah, but the problem is the nets were removed, but then the pinniped problem is there. And then those pinnipeds, last I checked, they didn't look like they were emaciated and starving. So they're eating something during that time of year, and there's no
I totally
hatchery.
get that, dude.
There's no
but
hatchery
you have
fish.
to understand that every little thing that they do
No,
helps.
I agree. But my problem is like, you're right. They haven't netted the Columbia the last 3 springs, but you've had this overwhelming presence of predation that's not being diluted by hatchery fish now.
Mm-hmm.
So that predation is all falling on wild stocks.
Supply and demand. You don't have enough fish going out.
And like
from
I
the
said,
hatcheries.
they're not starving to death. So you tell me what they're eating besides sturgeon.
Or Coho.
Oh, yeah, Coho too. Oh, God. Anyways.
Can't we just shoot them all?
I do anyways, every time I see one.
You're such a liar.
I might. Oh, I'm getting to that point.
Because
But
I saw,
anyway,
like, when I was going under, like, when you're down in Astoria, and you look up, they're freaking all over in the
all
bridge.
the
It's like,
cormorants. I mean, dude.
we should just go down there and just freaking massacre them.
Mm.
Who's in it with us, dude? If there's enough, they can't arrest all of us. If we show up with like thousands of boats, they can't
I mean,
arrest all
let's
of
think
us.
about the ineptitude of the state
That's
on
right.
this one. They shot them off their colony on those islands,
Yeah.
and they wanted to get rid of them. So what did they do? They went
To
parked,
the bridge.
and now their colony's under the Astoria Bridge, where they can't freaking touch them. I mean, Jesus, we need to end this podcast before I go off.
Oh my
Thank you so
gosh.
much for coming in.
Hey,
we
thanks
got a
for having
live
me,
feed to
guys.
do for
Really
you
appreciate
guys.
it.
Wait, before we do though,
Oh, what's up?
do we have any other updates? Anything
No.
going on with addicts? Am I missing anything?
No, because we do the last bash. No, we're good, bro.
No other updates.
We're gonna do winter steelhead batches, but we don't have those dates announced yet. We don't have.
Yeah, we do have some November,
there's
December
stuff,
winter
but
batches
no,
that will
for
be
the
coming.
next time, you're gonna have to tune in next week, boys and
We're gonna have
girls.
to- Do not forget though, make sure you guys check out our website addicted.fishing because we do have a bunch of new apparel that will be launched probably by the time you guys see this podcast. So actually, if you're watching on YouTube, this jacket will be on there.
I was checking that out. It looks really good.
So
it's pretty sweet.
As Cam said, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Don't forget, leave us a review if you're on iTunes. I know I say that every time, but on iTunes, please leave us a review. It helps getting that podcast syndicated and out to more people. So we appreciate it. Don't forget, check out what's the website one last time.
www.filletaway.com. Fillet with 2 L's.
Okay.
Beautiful. Later.
See you guys on the river.
See you guys.